for me, most of the time when I pick a girl up, she feels like she picked me up. In fact, I've even had girlfriends that felt like for like 3 to 5 months of our relationship, they still hadn't had me, they were still winning me over, picking me up. So what makes that difference between intermediate, forceful game and advanced, sort of fluid finesse game where the girl is chasing you? You know, when guys learn pickup, I think they really go through 3 stages. Stage number 1 is like, I don't know what any of the answers are, I'm just lost and confused. Stage 2 is they start figuring out the answers, but they get very caught up on having the right answer and always having an answer. And so they're doing a lot of the right things, but the overall context is wrong. It's very try hard. It's very clear that something unusual is going on. And then the third level is where they don't even have to bother answering. They may know the right answer, but they also know when an answer isn't even needed. They know when just being normal is better than doing anything contrived. And they know how to make it subtle. They know how to make, instead of forcing an outcome, they know how to like finesse the outcome so the girl feels good along the way. See, a lot of guys, I think they see all these techniques on the internet, you know, how to pass a shit test, how to break rapport, all these different things, and they think they have to crowbar every single one of them into every interaction. Here's the thing. All those pickup techniques, what they're basically designed to do is to correct a situation that's not going well. When she's giving you shit, when things aren't progressing naturally, sometimes you have to crowbar something in and make it work. But when things are going well, what you should do actually is sit back, relax, go with the flow, be yourself, and let things progress naturally. In fact, trying to do too many of those techniques, it sort of implies that you constantly think it's going well, which makes you look insecure, makes it try hard, makes it unnatural, makes her not trust you, and makes her say, I think you're a player. I think you say this to all the girls. That's why. It's because she feels there's something unnatural going on. And she recognizes what you're doing is good technique, but it's sort of putting her on edge, it's sort of putting her guard up, right? If you were truly good in those situations, you just wouldn't put her guard up at all. All right, so now that you have the theory, what does this mean in practice? Well, first, let me take a step back and say, if you're a beginner, I do want you to be a little bit too playerish. I do want you to use a lot of techniques, and actually you should go out of your way to be called a player. Go out of your way to just try a lot of different things, go out of your way to get emotional reactions, and just make sure you're getting on the girl's radar, make sure you are developing the right answers to these difficult situations, okay? But once you get to a point where you are getting some kind of consistent results, you're getting good responses from girls overall, especially if you get to that intermediate place where you are getting called a player a lot, that's when you need to step back, chill out, relax, be yourself a bit. She needs to feel like she's winning you over. In a sense, she needs to chase you, but it's impossible to chase something that's constantly coming at you. So what you need to do is chill, be yourself, and let her chase, let her win you over. A lot of guys think that when they're doing these techniques, they're building their value. What they're actually doing is they're showing that they don't know what they're doing. They're showing incompetence, because a truly high value guy wouldn't feel the need to keep pumping value, wouldn't feel the need to keep being clever all the time. He'd just chill and relax and be himself. And so in a way, it's not even high value, right? And then on top of it, yes, it does destroy comfort because it is unnatural, it's weird, it's not what someone's familiar with. So it not only destroys comfort, it also destroys value. It's just overall bad and terribly calibrated. Now, just to be clear, I'm not saying that pickup techniques are bad or wrong or that you shouldn't do them. In fact, if you're at a beginner level, you should do them a ton, and you should be called a player, and you should be a little bit clunky while you're figuring it out. However, if you're at that intermediate level where you've gotten some results, what I suggest is this. Remember that game is not some kind of quiz where you're trying to demonstrate how many pickup techniques you know. What it is, it's an endeavor to show your personality, show your attractive qualities as effectively as possible. The techniques are sometimes useful for that, sometimes they're not. So use them sparingly and use them where appropriate. Don't just try and crowbar them in everywhere, and don't have a ton of techniques. Again, this is gonna make you more natural, and it's gonna make the techniques themselves more effective.